My name is Bo Holloway.
Siziso Rebecca Piri.
Panya Banjoko.
My name is Jagdish Patel.
My name is Maxwell Ayamba.
This is a project that I developed in 2018. It was kind of following the aftermath of Brexit, but I had the idea quite a few years before that. So what I wanted to do is create a newspaper around the question of what does it mean to be British?
Well, this is an album that was compiled for me by my very good friend Mark Hutchison, who was one of the two friends who helped us set up the Work for Health group, the 100 Black Men Work for Health group. And so this is a photo album of all our works that we've done, which looks brilliant, to be honest with you, just capturing the memories, the good times, yeah.
The object that I've bought is my very first passport, and it's a Zimbabwean passport. When I was born, even though I was born in the UK, both my parents were Zimbabwean citizens when I was born. So I automatically became a Zimbabwean citizen. And I wanted to bring this passport because I suppose it's part of this journey of me being a work in progress, thinking about my identity and my ancestry and lineage and cultural heritage as well.
My object is my Canon camera, and it's a nifty bit of kit.
The object I was going to bring is a framed photograph of my great-grandmother who lived in India, but the rest of her family lived in South Africa, because when she was 5, my great-great-grandfather and her family all moved to South Africa as part of an indentured labour scheme. But they couldn't afford to take one child, so they left her behind, and the objective was always to go and collect her, but they never did. So it was a pure accident of history that I ended up being Indian rather than South African.
I wanted to do a kind of newspaper because newspapers are accessible. We see them every day, but they don't always represent us or actually talk to the people they're talking about. So I really wanted to capture the voices of different communities and groups.
First of all, I'm an ecocentrist. Ecocentrism means being close to nature or being part of nature and respecting nature and revering nature. That's what ecocentrism is about. So ecocentrists believe that nature is everything and we are part of nature as human beings.
Growing up, I was very ashamed to be Zimbabwean. I was ashamed to be African. I would when I went on holiday to Zimbabwe, I'd make up stories that I went somewhere else because I felt so ashamed, to tell my friends and others that I was going to this country or this continent that, the only representation that people saw of it was, the poverty, the hunger, the charity adverts. Growing up, I felt like people would see me as poor or my family as poor.
So it's a bit like, I guess, people becoming their own, journalists, art directors and editors, so giving them that complete autonomy. So I just felt that was a really, really important sort of project to do, something that I'm really, really keen to, amplify voices that are not getting heard.
What I like about my camera is that it allows me to see things differently. I'm able to see things in a different way, things that I probably wouldn't notice going about my daily business. I like the fact that it captures memories and it's just another tool that I use for writing poetry, but it's also a tool that I use when I'm documenting Black history.
you're brought up with a sense of who you are, and then you realise actually who you are is it's partly accidental in a way anyway, you know. And that is the case with a lot of people's sense of identity, that borders are arbitrarily made. You know, who you are isn't necessarily who you are.